On March 25, 2026, the Ontario government announced a sweeping housing policy, the complete elimination of the 13% HST on eligible new homes. For a $1 million property, that translates to a maximum rebate of $130,000, a move that costs the provincial treasury $2.2 billion in annual tax revenue. This historic level of government relief creates a high-stakes calculation. We have to track where that $130,000 actually ends up once it leaves the treasury. The Ontario housing crisis functions as a calculated mathematical trap, where every dollar of relief is systematically reclaimed by hidden structural costs. Pouring billions of taxpayer dollars into a system riddled with structural bottlenecks does not build cheaper houses. It simply subsidizes the dysfunction. Let's check the ledger for a standard new Ontario home. We add the government's HST rebate into the credit column, plus $130,000. Next, municipalities enforce an upfront development charge, the new guy tax, that instantly pulls $100,000 back out. Municipalities require massive infrastructure networks to support new neighborhoods, like roads and sewer systems. Instead of distributing those costs across the broader tax base, local governments forcefully shift the entire burden onto new buyers. This policy ensures that existing homeowners can keep their property taxes artificially low, protecting their personal equity while passing the bill to the next generation. Before a shovel ever hits the dirt in regions like Toronto or Niagara, this single municipal levy has already cannibalized the vast majority of the province's multi-billion-dollar affordability rebate. The second deduction comes from administrative friction. Right now, over 850,000 housing units are trapped waiting for municipal approvals. This equation calculates a developer's carrying cost. While those units sit frozen, builders are paying massive, non-productive interest on their land loans. The time variable is allowed to expand uncontrollably. Bringing our ledger back, let's look at the math. With average municipal approval delays hitting 31 months, a mid-sized project accrues roughly $30,000 in pure interest penalties. Draw the line, and the buyer's net savings calculate to exactly zero. The provincial treasury is sacrificing billions of dollars in revenue simply to refund the cost of municipal red tape. That makes the $130,000 waiver an economic jumper cable, a massive taxpayer expense designed to keep a broken system on life support. Delivering actual affordability requires permanently deleting these structural liabilities, rather than subsidizing them at the point of sale. The first requirement is passing provincial legislation that establishes a strict 60-day permit shot clock for all local approvals. If a municipality allows that 60-day window to expire without a decision, the project becomes legally deemed approved. This aggressive mechanism forces the pipeline open, completely stripping that $30,000 non-productive interest penalty from the home's final sticker price. The second requirement is legally outlawing upfront development charges, which immediately kills the $100,000 new guy tax. To pay for this, the responsibility for deep earth civil works must shift to standalone regional utilities, which fund themselves by issuing 30-year revenue bonds. This model amortizes the heavy cost of infrastructure over a generation of actual users, rather than crushing a first-time buyer with an upfront cash penalty. The Canadian economy relies heavily on real estate speculation, low volume, and high margins. Solving this crisis requires transitioning to high-volume construction productivity. Resetting this math will cause immediate withdrawal symptoms for municipalities reliant on these fees. But until politicians are willing to endure that transition, any multi-billion-dollar tax rebate remains an expensive illusion maintaining the status quo.